Okay, well my presentation is over Chapter 7, The Power of Social Entrepreneurs. The chapter mainly kind of goes over the idea of how the qualities of a social entrepreneur can help influence and not only give that person power, but kind of room of influence, how they can, by doing one simple act, they can influence a whole bunch of other ones. So this chapter actually goes over that very well. So, social entrepreneurs are a relatively new market. For the most part, within the last 10 years, you don't really see a whole lot of people using business to try and change the world. Well, whether you could say from the economy or worldwide crisis or things of that sort, they've kind of developed to the point where they're not only being taken seriously within the business world, they are becoming a force to reckon with. Some of them vary in shapes and size of method and beliefs. Some of them believe in more philanthropy and donational-based methods. Other ones are more along the lines of marketing and consumers. There is a debate that philanthropy and donation are starting to become obsolete, and that the only way to start really taking over and finding solutions for a problem is to create long-term, and that's usually where the market sits. So, a couple things about social entrepreneurs. They are entrepreneurs. They want to make money. They're not greedy people, but at the same time, they have bills to pay. They understand the sense that nobody can live with just getting by. So, even though they don't really have a whole lot of qualities of a greedy businessman, if they have a net worth, for instance, Blake McCaskey has a net worth of at least $3 million. That doesn't necessarily mean he's a bad person. The other thing about them is that they try to find long-term solutions for big problems. World hunger, world peace, things of that sort. They're not looking to try and patch it with a Band-Aid like many of the philanthropies or many things like that. They're looking to fix the problem wholesale. If someone's hungry in Africa, they're not looking to feed them for a day. They're looking to feed them for the rest of their life. So they use business opportunity to fix those problems. The other thing about them is that many people that notice and see a problem, many of them see opportunity. That's one of the things that make social entrepreneurs who they are, is that they see a problem, they don't think of how we eliminate the problem, they think about how can I fix the problem and maybe improve the situation. Maybe if a company has an oil spill, they don't think of how are we going to clean this up, they think how are we going to keep this from happening ever again. So, the other thing about social entrepreneurs is that they are not just as a business person, they're not just accountable to their boss or their minions. They're accountable to anyone. Anyone they walk up onto the street, anyone they do business with, they're accountable to everyone. So they make decisions based upon that, whether it's environmental, political, or just business practices. They're not going to fire someone out of spite or lay people off because it's a down economy. The other thing about them is, and those last 2 points kind of tie together, is that the chapter kind of goes into that many of the most die-hard social entrepreneurs they're a lot like, they enjoy the fight. They enjoy being on the front lines, fighting for a cause, trying to be innovative. For instance, I keep going back to Blake McCaskey, but he was once quoted saying that, I never wanted to be the person who sat at a desk and gave orders. I wanted to be the person on the white horse on the front lines. Alexander the Great was once quoted saying the same thing, that a true king, a true leader, does not lead from a throne, he leads on the white horse in the first charge. That is the best way to lead people towards a common cause. The other thing is that you could say this is because of the rise of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, the Buffetts, whatever you may seem. There's a generation coming of age that is hungry for success. Like anyone in this room probably has that all same desire of we want to get ahead, we want to make a difference. So these are the sort of people that eventually, when they grow up, they get a business degree, they go off into the business world, they still have that sense of desire. So, they all still have that sense of desire that they want to get ahead, they want to make a difference, and they want to change the world, basically. And it seems stupid to say that, but it's not that hard, really. Closing all of this up, in final conclusion, basically, a social entrepreneur is someone who just tries to look at the world through the eyes of, I want to fix it, how can I fix it? And rather than just say, I'll just have someone else pay for it, they'll say, no, I'll fix it myself. So, that's my presentation.